Hey folks, Bill Gallagher here for Daily D&T. We have won the die roll, and again we are playing with black-white taxes featuring Wasteland Strangler. I will keep this hand. Our hand isn't necessarily doing anything too exciting, but we have many options available to us. We have infinite different opening plays that we could make. I'm going to lead on Scrubland. Kind of cause the greatest degree of confusion with what I'm doing. We will play whichever of Kitesail Freebooter or Thalia is remaining in our hand. I think that will be better than Wastelanding. I'm not 100% sure, obviously. I wonder if we're like playing against Doomsday. It's kind of weird that my opponent took Freebooter over Thalia. Maybe that means our control deck, and like this is just gonna get like fatal pushed or something. I'm going to try to make them use their mana inside combat, and then I can 100% resolve a Kitesail Freebooter post-combat. It's going to drop the shields on Thalia, but if my opponent could have removed it, they knew about the Caracas anyway. So I think that point is moot. We'll also see how well my opponent brainstorms. Their most valuable card should be the top card of their library to play around discard. Okay. So my opponent is probably playing some sort of Basalt Monolith Power Artifact combo deck. I'll take their Force of Will. It seems to be the only card that does anything. And I still haven't. All right. So then they'll either ponder or preordain here. I'll revoke Basalt Monolith. And I don't really know what from there. I probably just like win. I don't super understand playing the Narcomoeba over cantripping. That. Okay. So since my opponent's really far off from Basalt Monolith anyway, maybe I am just supposed to Stoneforge. Don't have a Sword of Fire and Ice, so I'll take a Batter Skull. If they use a turn excuse me, if they use a turn to make me discard or something, I end up pretty far ahead there. No, that's a disgusting draw. Alright, and my opponent has conceded the game. So what am I sideboarding? Like, why does my opponent have Narcomoeba? Are they gonna like mill themselves completely? Like I legit don't know what they're doing, and this is pretty rare. I almost always know what's going on, or at least can get a general idea. But I don't see how like the Basalt Monolith. Is it Mesmeric Orb? Is that the connection? And they're gonna like self-mill themselves like via untapping and retapping. Maybe that's it. And then they go like Narcomoeba, 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 Dread Return something. I think Swords of Plowshares is bad. I think Jitte is bad. Stoneforge probably isn't great. Wasteland Strangler probably isn't great. Palace Jailer is probably not necessary. What am I putting this Sanctum Prelate on if I draw it? One? 4? 2? Some other number I didn't name yet? I think I'm still going to play this Vial first. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know how good this Deafening Silence is. Turn 1, end of turn Brainstorm. I believe there's 2 kinds of end of turn Brainstorms. The first is you're either in a bad player or you're in a bad position, so you're doing it out of desperation. Or you're so utterly in control of a situation that you're fine with doing it. Your Cabal Therapy resolves. I don't think you're likely to hit. follow-up Thoughtseize or Duress can do something. Don't care much about that. I think I'm just supposed to play the Deafening Silence on my turn over Bob. And then just like Vile Bob in next turn. I'm guessing this Kambal getting into play next turn is kind of hot. I kind of want my opponent to do some stuff so I can figure out what they're doing. I'm just confused. Force pitch Limduel's Vault. Okay. So that Thoughtseize is the only thing that they get to do for turn. No Assault Monolith there. So put the Vile trigger on bottom, resolve the Bob first. I will take this up. Rewarded for doing so. I don't think I'm going to flicker out a land. I think I'm just going to like hold this Flicker Wisp. Now I might flicker out one of my opponent's lands. I wonder if they're like Doomsday. It doesn't really make sense. I haven't seen any artifact mana. The Narcomoebas don't super make sense with that. What am I missing? Also, how long is it going to take my opponent to resolve this card? I am never going to get to know what my opponent was playing. All right, sound off in the comments. What was my opponent playing? I have no idea.